Hello and welcome back to the Oceanic Challenger Series, Week 3, 2019. We are past the halfway point. AV, we just saw take a cheeky little victory there, and on to the next game. It's going to be ORA Academy versus Gravitas Academy.
Yeah, it's another situation with two teams that I feel, if I'm correct, no, Gravitas is 2-0.
Yeah, I feel like this is going to be an uphill battle.
Yeah, this is going to be an uphill battle for ORA for sure, because they had the rough start. Gravitas had the strong start. Question is, can Gravitas keep that momentum going?
Yeah, because I feel like for today, like especially looking at Bombers and then AV, like they've come in with a new roster, like a bunch of their new players have come in and had like fairly good performances. This is a similar case here for ORA. It was actually series. Of course, they're tied to Monash Uni. He was coming in. He's a top laner, played a game of top lane, played a game of AD carry, but is their coach, right? And he tweeted after the games, he's like, yeah, thank God I get to go back to being a coach. So Seaway is actually coming in, stepping into the AD carry position. And is that enough to take down a Gravitas that have had a good start to the season?
I mean, you would want to hope so.
Yeah,
if
certainly.
Your ORA, I mean, obviously, because this is, again, you're finally, our roster is here, let's go get them. But Gravitas, their wins have been pretty convincing,
yes,
at least
they
in
have.
my opinion. So I'm still sort of questioning, is the rest of ORA also up for that challenge? I still think it's a very tall, steep hill that they need to climb.
Yeah.
Possible, but if I were a betting man, I'm still leaning towards Gravitas.
Yeah, I think so too as well. I think Why Not in the jungle has had some good performances. Last week was on like the Hecarim, and like their victory, it was like a Heck-Karthus matchup, and he was solo killing him in the jungle for like the second kill of the game, and then like the game just got out of hand very quickly. On the other side, like Guapi has had a bunch of good performances as well on the top side. So the top jungle 2v2 is really where I'm looking. And for ORA Academy Rider, like that's the opposite side of the map where the new members coming in. It's not the bottom lane, it's the top side, and could be a point of weakness there.
It could be. So unless, something great happens in that bot side and they're able to really match or even go above what's happening on the top side of the match, or hey, even ORA Academy's top sides can step up in this game.
Maybe some whack shit happens.
Yeah.
maybe just some complete nonsense that we absolutely don't understand what is going on. Maybe could like it's not the first time we've seen. I think it was in week 1 we saw like an order. I keep saying order, an Ornn 80 carry, and they're actually straight up 2v2 killing their opponents. So
I mean, we saw Shaco jungle last week. We've seen the Moo come out in the jungle as well. So.
We did actually see it was ORA Academy last week. They played Pantheon Talia.
Yep.
So out of any like kill lane and the bottom lane, so like out of any team that is going to come into today, I think. Certainly could be ORA to just throw some whack shit on the table. And yeah, maybe that could be point of contention here. Maybe something for Gravitas to kind of think about. Do we see like a Pantheon Talia ban? A Gravitas like, look, let's just play a standard game? Because they have done that. There's a couple of teams, and Dire Cubs spring to mind, that they just play front-to-back team fight, and they've got themselves 2 victories so far. It's going to be the Sona ban, and yeah, we'll see.
It really depends if they saw enough out of that like Pantheon Talia to warrant that ban, though, because it didn't really go too well for ORA before.
But, I mean, in that case, we saw, like, Candyman's Karthus had a very rough game, but then got a respect ban next week, right? Like this week. So, certainly could respect it either way.
Is that Bard a respect ban?
Yeah, have to think so. I feel like, I mean, he's definitely not at the height of the meta. I love Bard so much, but that champion is just horse. He, like the game is hard for picking Bard. It's also more fun, but MLG must be a big Bard player to, actually warrant that amount of respect.
I feel Bard is similar to Kled. Before you were saying Kled is either you play him or you...
Bard there's no middle ground.
There's no middle ground. Either you are a Bard player...
You're a disgusting Bard one-trick, or you're like, you don't touch that champion at all, yeah.
And the thing which makes the Bard one-tricks disgusting is their job is to make everyone on the map miserable. Their own team, as well as the enemy team. No one's having a fun time.
But like, at the consequence of the enemy team, it's you already carry, because you just leave. Like, it's like, I'm just building Nash's, Leandries, I'm just building, like, non-support, and I just zoom to the other side of the map.
They're seeing ORA actually opting for that Silas, very similar to last game. The first pick Silas, it was super strong on Hyper. Let's see if Vans can do the same.
Certainly is the case. To rattle off a couple of the bans, the Orianna for Hot Chelly makes a lot of sense. Bard, we talked about Bard rather for MLG, and LeBlanc is going to hit the deck. Sona, Kindred, and Rise on the other side, and yeah, that's the Lovers duo locked in.
Lovers duo, Zaya and Rakan. First time seeing that today, and it's a strong pairing. It's been coming up a lot at MSI, so I'm excited to see what Gravitas can do with it.
Very strong early game. Has been kind of nerfed and changed a bunch. There was a little bit of the drama. Rakan got his own skin while Zaya didn't get in on the action with IG. But certainly a lot of options open, and kind of like that is the case, right? Like you pick like a strong, stable bottom lane. The counters aren't that bad. You have to kind of opt in for something super risky like a Kalista lane or like a Draven lane to be able to fight fire with fire. So
or perhaps the Nautilus lane, and a Lee Sin. First Lee Sin we've seen today as well.
Yeah, I like that. Big fan of Lee Sin. Creates some fun League of Legends, and Duane's going to be able to pick that one up. And yeah, not too much shown. They don't show their 80 carry, so I expect after this lock-in, Gravitas is going to start banning those away from Seaway. And that's the thing. We don't really know what this guy plays. Coming in fresh, this is week number 3, hasn't played the first 2, and yeah, this is going to be the first performance on the OCS 2019. So that is a very boring jungler.
Yeah, very safe.
Yeah.
Safe jungler. No, I don't want to use the B word. We're going to call it a very safe jungler in this one. I'm also curious, because like Order has been a bit unconventional. I'm wondering if that is going to be a mid lane Nautilus.
Potentially. Like, the Silence can go top, Nautilus can go mid. Given, like, Nautilus kind of like reached this peak, and week number 1, I'm just sitting here like, give me Nautilus mid. I want to see Nautilus mid. Why aren't you playing Nautilus mid? And everyone's just like putting it in support. And he's a damn good support, right? Like, this makes a lot of sense. So, could be there. I expect to probably see it go towards the bottom side of the map, but that is I feel like depending on what the 80 carry is, if it's not something unexpected, it's actually a fairly difficult time. Like into the Xayah Rakan, Nautilus is just mega butthole if you have to run away. If you're not the one being the aggressor, you are just not very useful, right? So like if you get knocked up by the Grand Entrance, Rakan gets on top of you, there's not really much that can answer back to the straight 2v2 damage that a Xayah Rakan can dish out, and it can be super rough.
We're seeing some more respect bans for sure, seeing that Azir go away, as well as a Varus and an Aatrox.
Varus makes sense.
Yeah, so does Aatrox.
Removing that one and removing the CC lockdown from the bottom side of the map, as you mentioned. Yeah, Aatrox is champion that's sort of been like on like the A, the B tier of like people's champion pools, you know what I mean? Like he's not at the height of the meta like he once was back last season, but
with
a lot of
people
Urgot. Like, there was a meta that was just literally like Urgot Aatrox every game, and I'm casting OPL just like, all right, we're in for a top side of the map's gonna be fun, I guess. Like 45-55 matchup, sick, great job.
That's why you got to cast more of those lower elo games, because then when you see the Aatrox and the Urgot, they're bot lane and jungle or something crazy like that. Is Aurelia actually surprised dropped that far, but it was only a hover. Instead, they're actually opting for the Cassiopeia.
This is a big pick coming out from Hot Chili. He's a big mage player, right? And so it's like he copped an Orianna, copped a LeBlanc ban, goes towards the Cassiopeia. He already has a lot of setup. So if Gravitas, just with these 4 champions, before they lock in their top side of the map, which I expect to be something fairly standard for Guapi, maybe a Vladimir, maybe a tank, but if they land their engage, that is a lot of blow-up potential.
Yeah, I mean, Glacial Prison into the Petrifying Gaze from Cassiopeia, that's almost a team fight 1, as we're seeing. There's our AD carry, it's a Kai'Sa, and there's our mid laner, it is a Syndra.
Yeah, so going for an old school mage matchup, Syndra versus the Cassio. Certainly skill expression all over the place, and I feel like for Order Academy, JLKC, I swear to God, I need to ask the guy, I'm pretty sure his name is Jacob, and they pronounced his in-game name as Jacob, even though it literally has like a J and an L and a K and a C in it. But he's actually been a standout performer for this lineup, right? I feel like he had a very good Rise game, and despite their losses having been pretty rough, he's been kind of a tall poppy standing in their field.
Yep. And I mean, Syndra's a good champion to sort of show off that process well, especially when you're taking it into the skill matchup. And the Olaf.
Okay. I said something standard, and that is certainly not it, but Guapi from solo queue. I knew him before he came into the OCS as just straight up like an Olaf one-trick, right? Like he's that guy that is just causing a ruckus. Gets a kill at level 2, and you're like, oh, this is gonna be a hard one. Snowball's out of control, so maybe following in the shoes of Chippy's in the OPL as he picks that one up.
Olaf top is something I've always found it like, kind of akin to those aggressive top laners, kind of like your Renekton or almost like your Kled. So it's just
more extreme.
Yeah, just sort of the more pick your poison. If you want to go real double or nothing, why not take that Olaf? And we saw what happened if a Sylas can start to pull away last time around. I think if Olaf can do a better job in shutting down bans on that Sylas, hey, it could pay off in folds, especially Ragnarok into the Nautilus and the Syndra and the Lee Sin. Like, you don't care. You're just running straight through.
I feel like Syndra is sort of a weird one where you look at it and it's like, okay, I could just hit my ulti button as the Olaf here, and like you run at the Syndra and then you dodge the CC, and in theory you're like, oh wow, I'm on top of the Syndra, this guy's boomed. But then it's like she can kind of just ulti you in the head, and like damage definitely hurts, especially you hit Ragnarok and you drop those extra resistances, so certainly decisions to be made. He can dodge out of a lot of that CC just straight up front to back, but certainly will want to have a few kills under his belt before he's running into team fights.
I suppose, but if that is the ulti burned onto the Olaf, then that just leaves Hot Chili and Retribution to just go to town as well. There's a lot of damage coming out of Gravitas, so Order's going to have to be very careful in these team fights.
But I feel like on the other side of the coin, right, like it's really like a single tank like single pure tank in the hands of Why Not on that Sejuani, then everybody else in the game does actually deal relevant damage. I don't really include supports that much because Mog, despite being on the Nautilus, like he's not going to be tanky for like 35 minutes really. If he's the solo frontline, I can tell you from experience in competitive League of Legends, being the solo frontline support player, that sucks. That's a bad time. You overextend like the tiniest step, let's get one hit.
Yeah, because you don't really feel that same level of tankiness that you would out of the top or the jungle.
Yeah, like junglers get levels and they get like a little bit of gold. Like if you compare all the roles, right? Like support and jungle obviously get the least, but junglers at least get levels with their solo XP. Supports kind of just get denied everything, and then yeah, it's a bit of a roughie.
You say that, but then you know with all those jungle nerfs, even jungler doesn't get those levels anymore.
I swear, out of all the roles that like complain, first of all, 80 carry is the worst.
Yes.
Even when they're like 80 carry is like deciding every single game. You look at like challenger win rates and it's just like 80 carries in the top 10. And they're just like, man, 80 carry sucks. But the second worst is junglers. I swear to God, junglers, man, they have so much influence, and then you get into solo queue and this guy's just like, oh, I lost my wolf camp. This game's over. Junglers quit more games than any other role. I'm calling it.
It's because we get the blame. If any little thing goes wrong...
Are you a jungler?
Yeah.
Oh, disgusting.
You get... top lane gets solo killed? Nope, jungle's fault. Bot lane gets solo killed?
Yeah, been there, bro.
Jungle's fault. Yep.
What are you doing?
I don't know. The jungle changes a man. You become different after spending time in the jungle, and you just learn to hate the world and everyone in it.
I personally didn't start playing League of Legends to PvE, so I stay away from the jungle minions. As I was feeling interesting, Mog's just going to try face check the bottom tri-bush with his hook, as potentially there was a little bit of a flank here, was testing the waters. They did expend a ward, but Retribution and MLG kind of looking around the bottom side, potentially to get some cheeky business to start off. Their level 1 double W start is incredibly good, and you can see the points already in it there for the Xayah, so you know they're looking for it.
They know they are. Like,
Seaway
did make himself known on the top side. It doesn't matter. They're still going for it. They don't get the knockup. Seaway still chunked quite low, but no first blood going to be there. No summoners used either. Only a health pot taken away from Seaway.
That is still so annoying. The Grand Entrance from Rakan didn't even land, and Seaway pops his potion level 1 because he was on 30% HP. That is a big chunk of damage, and I kind of talked about it in Champ Select. If the Nautilus can't be the aggressor here, then it's very difficult for him to play the lane. Kai'Sa already down a potion against this 2v2 is certainly not a big lead on the scoreboard, but a big point of contention early in this laning phase.
I almost feel like as if Order could have been a bit more careful going into that, just because Olaf had not shown himself top lane just yet, so they could have possibly smelled something up, knowing that like neither of the side lanes had exposed themselves. Like that possibility would have been there. It could have been in their mind. Good job though in dodging that initial knock-up from MLG.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? Like, they were certainly like floating upwards. They thought about that possibility, knew it was there, but then got punished anyway. They didn't want to just completely concede, because bottom lane is kind of all about, Vans
is going in aggressive, but why not is there to try and bring him down. They are able to get the stun. Summoner's available, but it's not going to be used. Here comes Yanni, and he actually gets first blood. That is going to Vans, and why not tries to get that last kill, but is not going to get it. It's 2 kills going over to Order, and this is the start they needed.
And Vans gets away with absolute murder, dashes into the lane, not knowing it's a 2v1, but Lee Sin-Waney here coming in with a flash. No, actually didn't even burn his flash for that one, so gets in range for the W. Balls of Steel here, holds on to the shield, and that's 2 kills. The top 2v2. Olaf is not a champion you want to be seeing fall behind if you're a Gravitas fan. That is disastrous.
I feel as if, see, when I was watching that go down, I thought Vans was like conceding his death, not using flash, just like, all right, it's over, boys. But no, Uni just showing up at the absolute clutchest of moments to turn that around. Order, this is a great start.
It's all in the chomp. Sylas gets so incredibly low, but like the lower he gets, the more he heals for. So W's at the last second, min-maxes his ability there, and buys just enough time for the Lee Sin to come flying in from the side.
Already has that revolver as well coming out on the top side of the map. Like, this is huge for Vans, and definitely going to be a tough time for Olaf.
I feel like for the most part early, like that revolver won't help him a great deal. Right? Like if Guapi lands an axe that is favorable, he's just going to chase him down, and the revolver won't be there. In terms of like the sustain it gives you over the course of the lane, you need the beefiness to not just insta-die to the Olaf. That's what he has, like the chase down where you cannot get away. So you can see Vans, despite getting that kill, despite his jungler getting the kill, walking back to lane. This is still a big minion wave, and he's playing with a lot of respect here. So I don't think Guapi is out of it just yet, but certainly not the position he would have liked to start this game with.
Definitely not. I really want to see how Wynot is also able to recover with that, with the Sejuani being down to kill against like the faster-paced jungler out of Uni and Lee Sin. It's going to be, I feel, really setting him back in terms of when he's going to be more effective. And if Uni is able to start playing Lee Sin a bit more forward and finding those ganks, it almost feels as if Order can really start to snowball this one.
Yeah, and you mentioned it is in terms of the ganks, right? Lee Sin isn't really that jungler that wants to like get in the face of a Sejuani. Like if Kindred gets a kill and you just start whacking her in the head and like dodging out, like she Qs at you, you just Q away and you're just still right-clicking her. But Lee Sin, his Sonic Wave can get cancelled by the dash of the Sejuani, so it's really not about the 1v1 and pressuring her out. It's really about having that tempo and finding more opportunities on the map. You can see top laners have both expended the ward as Lee Sin's got a hit on that one, but Guapi might be in a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, Uni's actually going for it. Guapi is in actually a fair bit of trouble. There's no flash available, so that'll be an easy kill picked up for Uni. His second of the game in under 6 minutes. Order definitely trying to play to this top side.
Yeah, and for Gravitas, it's been 2 weeks in a row of Guapi having very solid performances 1v1 of the top side, but this game is an absolute disaster. Potentially, once they're behind, communication breakdown here, and why not? He was here for the play eventually, but he wasn't quite there early enough. Guapi steps up just that little bit too much, and he falls down before the Sedge can do anything. Now 0-2 on the Olaf. The situation's just going from bad to worse.
Guapi asking, why not you here sooner in this situation? How many why not puns are going to be made throughout this OCS? Because I feel there's going to be a lot.
Hopefully none. Hopefully none. Let's just leave
end
it
it there.
Yeah.
There was the one, no more.
That's the one and done. I like that. I like that one.
All right. We'll end it there.
Not?
At least until the next team fight. No promises. No promises.
Okay. Fair enough. We haven't really looked at the mid lane matchup so much, but probably because it's been fairly uneventful. No TPs either across the board. Hotchelli's cleanse did just come back up and available, so potentially the Syndra found himself a kill opportunity, but now that the Summoner's back up, the CS is basically even, and both of these guys hitting towards their level 6 marks, but around this top red buff, that's a very deep pink ward, and Olaf potentially was face checking.
Yeah, Uni definitely going in for those deep wards right now. We're actually seeing some assist me picks going down on the Hot Chili. We could be seeing the play just there, but no, the Q does not connect, so Uni will be able to back off.
Nice dodge from Hot Chili. They did have to burn the cleanse as well, so the stun landed from Syndra, and the Summoner does come out. A return gank is possible, and Wayne has access to the flash, so he could go for a ward hop, flash, and kick the Cassiopeia forward. Rakan is here, though, so...
Yeah, MLG could possibly re-engage, as well as why not making their way down, so really no opportunity for Order, at least at this stage. Mog is coming up, though, as well. Like, I would be very surprised to see an actual fight break out, but why not's going quite deep after Uni right now. JLKC trying to roam up, but here comes the fight in the mid lane. Supportals going at it.
Yeah, if that Syndra stun landed, that was potentially death there for MLG. Rakan, a very squishy champion, goes towards the Spell Thieves as well, so now that Syndra burns all of the mana, not really much threat, but given the fact that Lee Sin had early access to the enemy jungle, like he was pressuring, he got that early kill, he's now 2-0. This is why not with some smart counter jungling here. Got to give the blue buff to his mid laner and take that one away.
Yeah, that's actually a very big for Hot Chili right now. Obviously, Cassiopeia with that blue buff just means spamming and just securing all of that CS available, like without having to really worry about managing that mana. Could open more trades in the future as Gravitas' bot lane again shoving in. There should be rotating up right now to ward around that Cloud Drake, possibly set it up for the future.
Yeah, it is just a Cloud Drake though. No Infernal to speak of. I want to go back to game number 1. Triple Infernal.
Yes.
I like that.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was the good stuff. Let's have more of that and less of this. Less of this Cloud Dragon.
I'd even go for Triple Mountain as MOG is in a bit of trouble. MLG actually looking to turn it around, but no, they're not going to engage that as Uni has made himself known once again on the top side. Guapi, though, is going to come on down to try and catch out. Why not? Uni's actually in a lot of trouble.
Very
and that
nice.
is a shutdown going to Guapi as a bit of a re-engage actually coming out of Vans instead of running away. He dropped the Ragnarok to stop the stun, but it's too little too late, although a big stun is not enough to save him, so it's a double kill for Guapi on the bot side as well. A bit of action that looked like a flash in place almost out of Retribution. A triple kill off camera for Guapi, though, who has just, like, clawed his way back into this game.
Yeah, and this top 2v2 is looking disastrous every single time the Olaf falls down before the play actually continues, but this time, Why Not is first to the punch. He lands that actually. MLG.
MLG gets the taunt, or I should say the charm, and that will secure the kill for Retribution. A good little play out of MLG, and now CY is on his own.
So take a step back, right? Let's think about what just happened. The triple kill there for the Olaf. He actually got the return kill onto the Syndra. JLKC rotates up the river, tries to defend his top laner, but he fell down anyway. Now that Gravitas gets something on the other side of the map there.
Actually connects, is going for it. Retribution in a lot of trouble, but no, they turned the damage around. Uni goes down just before Retribution does, but that is support on his own against the Kai'Sa. An easy double kill for CY.
Yeah, this is an early game. 5 kills apiece now. The gold 1,000 in the hands of the Gravitas lineup, but things just kind of turning on the head. Hot Chili's
going to flash Petrifying Glaze, but does not have the damage. So close for Hot Chili. Summoner in the ultimate burn. That's a lot of expensive cooldowns.
Yeah, somewhat greeted out there. Didn't go for the miasma, actually went for the ulti, and it wasn't enough to clean him up. Guapi now just looking onto Vans. The aftershock is gone.
And Ragnarok is used. Vans can't do anything to stop this. So a solo kill picked up for the top laner of Gravitas, and this is just a bloody game.
Yeah, this is a complete turnaround. Olaf had died twice in like the first 6 minutes, and is now 4-2 with a Black Cleaver completed at 10. Protobelt is there, but Protobelt is just for the wave. We saw it last time. Vans just wants to play the wave, push and go elsewhere. He doesn't want to fight the 1v1, but...
There we go. Actually, in the minute, Glacial Prison does not connect, so JLKC could get out, but the follow-up damage, but it doesn't matter. They actually take down MLG as he's kicked underneath the tower. Another pick up for Gravitas, but on the backside of it, actually, I believe Poison did take down JLKC, so...
And this is a game of League of Legends. This is just Style Kingdom all over the place. Uni kicks the enemy straight into his turret. Unfortunately, it does cost his mid lane his life there. So a 0-2 Syndra isn't where you want to start this one off. The CS lead is certainly going in favor of Hot Chili right now, but after a very botched early game, Gravitas really clawing this one back, and gold lead from 1 to 2,000 now and trending upwards.
Yeah, as a jungler who hates the world, I'd be typing Worth. I don't care about my mid laner. But in a competitive setting, maybe not the best. I'm not too sure. I mean, you definitely don't want an 0-2 Syndra on your team. As on the bot side right now, things are getting more, at least returning to some semblance of normalcy.
Yeah, but I feel like the other side of the map is really the point of contention, right? Because Olaf did just pick up another 3 plates off the back end of that. He's probably got a lot of gold
MLG's
in the bank.
Actually
Here
going
we go,
aggressive
though.
right now. MLG trying to stop the engage, drops the ultimate as well, but here comes Why Not trying to run him down. MLG's in a lot of trouble. The Ignite was placed onto the Nautilus, and he will go down as CY is looking to try and find some time for Yumi to arrive.
Here.
Why Not is the target, and they get that kill. MLG and Retribution can't do anything to stop this Lee Sin, and in the end, it is 1-for-1 in the bot lane.
And you need to clean up King here on the Lee Sin. Lands the Sonic Wave onto Sejuani. Why Not does fall down. Didn't have access to the Glacial Prism and no ability to lock them down, but I talked about it in Champ Select. Once this bottom lane goes kind of negative for Order Academy, you see Mog is just getting picked on. Can't go anywhere. He has to try and defend Seaway's 80 carry when MLG falls in, but he just dies for it. Hot Chili?
Yeah, they actually learned
Very
this time,
nice
opening with
trade.
Miasma, but the stun is coming into a teleport right now.
Nice.
Hot Chili, though, should be able to get the kill before the teleport comes through. Vans is looking to engage, but no return teleport is there from Guapi. Uni has arrived up as well, and Hot Chili will go down to Vans. Guapi, though, is actually still looking for it. Uni is going to try and kick him back. Ragnarok is dropped, but no damage is done. The Axe Hammer just short, and with Mog there, he's going to be waiting for his time to drop the CC. Ultimate is going to be used, and that will be a shutdown going to the Lee Sin.
Yeah, 700 gold now in the back pocket of Lee Sin. He's going to go back and have the fattest wallet of all time. Guapi misses a crucial axe there. That's 2.4k in the hands of Lee Sin. He's going to get turret plates as well. It's only going to go upwards.
And this could be the Cloud Drake actually going... Oh, no, he's actually waiting to ambush. Why Not? Going in on MOG. MLG on the trace as well. Mog in a lot of trouble. Backup has arrived. They didn't burst him down fast enough, but they still get the kill. Retribution is the one who brings him down as Order is on the run. Double charm right there. And Retribution is going to town. Uni will go down, but Vans on the backside is trying to take down Retribution. And here comes CY. He's going to secure the kill onto Retribution. And more damage. Down goes MLG. I believe that was JLKC picking up that one. And it is 2 for 2 in the end. It is just skirmish after skirmish after skirmish.
This is what they call a kerfuffle. Both of these guys running in fists up, just trading back and forth. The bottom lane was there early from Gravitas, but it's just not accounting for the death timers, right? Syndra, she died earlier. Got killed by the mid laner. Hot Chili, very nice 1v1. JLKC walks back onto the map and just gets delivered the kills on a silver platter, so trying to get himself back in the game. Xayah has been a recipient of a lot of these kills, actually both 80 carries, so Seaway and Retribution kind of coming up big here on multiple respects.
And and that will be Cloud Drake secured by Gravitas.
Yeah.
There's a cheeky Void Seeker there, almost stolen by CY.
It's Sejuani on the side and not able to find access to much of anything really, but Essence Reaver completed for the Xayah. Fairly standard build there, as Bork has actually done that for the Kai'Sa.
And
Here we go.
Here comes the depth
Go
charge.
Storm.
There is nothing for Retribution to really use to
Flash?
get out of this
Oh.
one. It actually wastes a flash. A bit surprised by that one, so Order very happy with that. Oh my gosh, that axe just shredding through Vans right now, who's on
he
the
land
run
it?
for his life.
Oh.
A flash forward will help. No, actually, a little bit of a cheeky Zonius will buy sometime, and Vans heals some of that damage back, but it is not
Yeah.
enough to keep him alive. Guaipi with yet another kill, his 5th of the game in 15 minutes.
Unfortunately, things just being wasted across the board. It was Retribution, he burns the flash on the bottom side, and then on the other side of the map, it's Vans. Blows his flash, blows his stopwatch. Sure, he's going to work on the Zhonya's, will come up and available soon, but across the board, this is just battles everywhere. Battle of the top lane is over the blue buff. As, Guapi's taking down the turret and just trying to pressure the top side of the map, and
It's almost as if
certainly
these
doing
teams
so.
have like taken inspiration off of Invictus Gaming, where if we see an opportunity to fight,
Yeah.
take it. Damn the odds, just go for it. It's working for the best team in the
Yeah.
world right now. Hey, maybe it will work for us, and it's definitely making for some exciting League of Legends. JLKC has to be in a bit of trouble right now, as Why Not actually will be securing himself a solo Rift Herald, it seems.
yeah, maybe in the era of IG, in the era of Griffin.
Oh, Retribution has
Sort
been
of,
ignited.
play.
CY stepping forward, flashing forward as well, but might not be able to
Oh.
get this kill. Here comes Uni, but is unable to take down the
Oh.
ADC. Mog is in trouble, and it's shutdown actually. CY went down to
Uni.
the hands of MLG, and
Oh.
MLG is
That's how he
taunting out,
dies.
but Uni is the one who goes down. The
Oh.
tower going down in the background as well. That is 3 kills to 1 in favor of Gravitas.
And Hot Jelly has died in the mid lane as well, so what happened there? MLG did so much work to turn that play around, but a very nice kick. JLKC backing on
it's
Vision
in trouble,
here, and
but
he's
Ragnarok
just dead
has
to
been
rights.
used. That will be an easy shutdown for this Olaf, who wants more. He's going to be trying to run down Vans. Those axes are just out of reach, so he does the smart thing, at least for now, and turns it back around.
And this game is just a banger. Across the board, people just fighting all over the place. It's now 4 deaths at the hands of Retribution, just getting picked on by the Lee Sin. And I was saying, MLG did so well to kind of dissuade that dive, right? He blocked out the Lee Sin Q, but unfortunately, Uni hits him with a kick in the face straight into his AD carry. And every single time there's a fight bottom lane, Guapi is able to answer on the top side. 6-3 now on this Olaf after a disastrous start. This is only trending onwards and upwards for Gravitas.
Double buff Olaf right now, leading the siege in mid lane. This mid tower is so low, only a couple autos would be able to bring it down. However, Order is there to defend. We're seeing everyone seemingly group up in this mid lane at the moment with no neutral objectives to contest right now. Finally, Guapi is rotating to the top side.
Yeah, on the bottom side though, JLKC maybe in a bit of trouble. Why Not has access to the ulti, and this turret is perilously low. They wanna go for
JLKC,
the
though,
play.
they're
Here it
going for the
is.
play. Why Not connects with the Glacial Prison
Yeah.
with the follow-up Petrifying Gaze. It's what we talked about in Champs Select, and it secures the kill in the tower.
Yeah, very nice play. That's just a very nice read. They know somebody eventually has to answer that turret, and doesn't lose the mid turret. The wave is incredibly
Oh,
low.
they're
That's a
actually
nice
going for
hook.
the fight. They actually connect with the hook. Despite everyone
Oh.
being charmed, the follow-up damage should be there. CY gets
Oh.
one, and they will get the second as well. A good kickback from Uni helps secure 2 kills going in favor of Order, as well as that mid tower to boot.
Oh, Guapi is here though, shepherding Order onto the wrong side of the map.
Yeah,
Can he
there's-
actually get things done?
There's a lot of low health bars, but his target is this Lee Sin.
Very nice
Uni's
spot.
trying to heal something back with the smite, but it won't be enough to save his life. Another kill for this Olaf, 7 in the game.
Yeah, so Order, they find themselves a turret. They find themselves access to the bottom side. Rift Herald, whenever the hell that died, is now just being popped in the mid lane. Plating is long gone 4 minutes ago, but it's going to look to break this one. A couple of auto attacks and a sneeze would have broken this, but Shelly's going to do the job.
I think it was actually about to run out of its
Yeah.
cooldown, unfortunately, because they picked it up
Agree.
a fair while ago, so they need to use it. There hasn't been an opportunity yet. So at least they get, I mean, a small something out of it. I don't imagine, if it gets another charge through, but no, it's getting distracted by JLKC. So
Why not?
Why not trying to defend
It is.
Shelly right now? And Shelly actually gets good damage onto that second tower.
Yeah, and after the changes, despite the HP, actually does quite a lot there. So taking stock once again. It's been a lot of fighting back and forth. We keep mentioning Guapi is incredibly huge on this Olaf, but as the game gets progressively and progressively later, like, that champion does fall off. Olaf, he has a whole boatload of damage, but he's very easy to kill. Uni, very nice
Prison
dodge.
misses, but MLG is still there. Uni, great ultimate. Just the entire team disengaged right there.
But on the other side, take a look at Seaway. First game of the OCS for 2019. He has picked up so many of these kills, and as opposed to his opponents, has only died once. He's being reliable with the gold, and finishing his second item fairly soon will be a huge spike for the Kai'Sa player. And as we track sort of onwards for Order Academy, it seems like Uni, if his kicks are on point, they have been all game, he can keep that Kai'Sa alive, and that's a big point of contention there for Order.
Well, that'll be a second Cloud Drake pick up for Gravitas. So even faster into these fights we go. And look, a third Cloud Drake on the way.
Ugh, give me something more interesting.
Yeah, I feel like Cloud Drakes, they're underselling how crazy this game has been so far. Like, if these were Infernals, it would just be upping it to that next level.
You look at the map, and it's like, this is not the map that 17 kills, like, a piece happens, right? Like,
exactly.
This is not normally what it is. It's almost like 3 under a kill a minute for both teams. It's not just like the 1-to-1. They're long over that mark, but 20 minutes. Feels like not long ago we started this game, but Baron has now spawned. Gold lead 3,000 in the hands of Gravitas, so they played this one fairly well and maintain control around the pit. Do this one very quickly with a crit 80 carry with Hot Jelly on the Casio, and they may just be looking to two-man army this over the wall.
That would be a very ambitious play, and they are going to go for it right now. No vision available for Order Academy. They would be none the wiser at this moment, as the bot lane of Gravitas are also trying to play defense right now. They might be running Distraction actually in mid lane.
Yes. They have absolutely no idea. There's no blue trinkets on the map that are available. Lee Sin goes to his wolf camp, so it's going to take another couple of seconds, but this is a very nice read from Gravitas.
This is going to be a free dragon for the red side.
Baron.
Ping goes down too little, too late, and that is huge, and maybe could be what Gravitas needs to actually start pulling away in this game.
And that is the worst feeling. Just giving up a free Baron. You now see it like right now, like, okay, you can see the pings coming out of the map from Gravitas. They insta-ping the top side of the map. They know exactly what they want to play for with this just random burst of control that they've been given. The Baron does so much for being able to siege the enemy, and yeah, Order just certainly caught napping, had no vision past the river. They had it on their side in a couple of the bushes, and
as Vance is actually going in quite aggressive from the Floppy right now. And with the help from Mog, this could be a dead Olaf. Ragnarok using that shield. He's able to turn around and actually take down Vance. Will this be the 1-3-3? He dodges the Void Seeker and should be able to take down Mog. No! A timely arrival of that Kai'Sa helps secure the kill. Almost something crazy, but they lose mid tower in response. In fact, they might be getting into the base. There's a good stun on MLG, but no follow-up is there just yet. The rest of the team is actually backing to the fountain.
Yeah, Order take a look at the map, and they're like, we cannot defend the push. Let's get something on the bottom side, but the Olaf trades for the 1-for-1, so they lose equal members, and now the team
going aggressive. Fatal Prison actually connected on the CY, and he goes down without that 80 carry. Order does not have much. It's a double kill for Retribution, and he wants more. JLKC has to flash defensively as Hot Chili is going to back up. Ignite was used on him, and the inhibitor should fall. This is not a good situation for Order. They might try to re-engage, but Gravitas could possibly end this game right here.
Yeah, 20 seconds on 2 members here. Gravitas, they're on to the next.
Yeah, they're on to MOG as well. And Glacial Prison gets onto the back line, but not enough damage is there to bring down Retribution. Van still going for it, and they do get Retribution. So no Xayah available. Gravitas might have to retreat. Low health bars across the board. Van's actually trying to pick up Why Not, and does secure that kill. Hot Chili and MLG should be backing up, and Hot Chili is actually hanging around. Okay, now he's doing the smart thing.
Mild trolling on the part of the Sejuani. Goes to dice to the turret.
What is he doing there?
He TP'd to the Nexus to try and end, and decided it was time to die, so he falls down. So Gravitas, huge swing play. Get themselves an inhib, get themselves a bunch of kills, and then do some things. They do some things, and now they're just retreating. They still have the gold lead, 5,000 in their hands. They're probably just a bit under at this point, but they do break open the base, so Baron certainly served their purpose. A very nice read once again to get themselves that one for free. Didn't have to contest. Can they do it? Round number 2. You hope for Order fans that the answer is no.
Yep. I mean, what's crazy about this game, though, is just with how many kills there's been, and still the team who's gotten the Baron and's got the inhibitor is still the team that's behind in kills. Granted, they're definitely not behind in this game. Gold is definitely going their way. As the team fights mostly have been, I feel like a couple of those deaths were just staying a little bit too long, getting a little bit too greedy.
You don't normally look at a game of League of Legends where Baron was like taken smack bang on the 20-minute mark. And it's relatively even.
Yes.
Normally you're like, okay, one team is just stomping the other, like there's no contest. They just do the Baron, like they can't get to it. A couple of picks have come their way, and there's a huge gold lead. But Gravitas, yes, they have the dragons, albeit not that important here. But they've got the gold lead. They did get that Baron, but it's not quite as you expect on paper. Order is certainly not out of this one, and Uni on the Lee Sin, Seaway on the Kai'Sa are definitely big proponents of this game. Standing tall here for Order and the members they're kind of relying on to keep themselves up.
CY, I feel, definitely needs to be doing a better job of staying alive in these teamfights. He's been getting taken down a little bit too quickly at the past 2 engages, and he is such a critical component for the Order team competition to pull through. Obviously, you have the Ginsos and the Bork already competed. Avarice Blade added to it as well.
Yeah, has the Executionist there.
Sorry, Execution, my apologies.
Yeah. Avarice Blade. Is that the old GP10 item?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know where that came from.
Yeah, that's an oldie. I like that one.
I've been playing this game too
It
long.
was definitely not a good item. What did it build? Did you Sword of the Occult? Then they removed that one. Sword of the Occult, back when that existed, like if you're a League fan and you remember that time, that was the best time to level accounts. Because you would just build like the Leviathan, the Sword of the Occult, and you would just like stomp bots and like end games mega quick and stuff like. Actually, no, I don't think you do bots. You do normal games because bots you don't want to stack that one up.
And
but
here we go, 5-man strong from Gravitas, just running it down this bot lane right now.
MLG,
Mog is in a lot of trouble.
Mog.
It gets engaged on, gets knocked up, but they're not going to be able to bring it down. They're instead opting for the smarter play, which is to get rid of that second inhibitor tower.
Yeah.
The inhibitor is not long for the world either. Where is Order?
Yeah, and that's the thing. Order just caught sleeping once again. MLG didn't have to burn the ulti to find that engage, so they find quick access to the inhib, but the Syndra, JLKC just goes for the blue buff. He literally just walks to Narnia and has to walk back, and his base is in shambles now. 2 inhibs dropped. This is almost 2 games in a row. We saw it last time from AV. They took all 3 before the contest was there. Can Gravitas do the same? You expect to track topside out of base. Olaf has no access to TP, but he's got 3 items, so certainly very big, and this is it. Baron spawning in 2 minutes. They want to set up the top side of the map.
Yeah, but this next Baron is definitely going to be critical for Order in terms of they need to stop it from going over to Gravitas if they want any chance to stay in this game. But with 2 inhibs down, it's going to be a tall order. That window is going to be so small for them to actually do something about it because of the super minions, which will just be running rampant in their base.
Yep, certainly is the case. Triple Air Dragon gets themselves to the Baron. I will actually say the nicest thing about Hella Air Dragons is when you are a support and you get to like pop your sweeper and you can actually get to like the next ward, because it's normally like you clear the wards and one of the wards you're hitting like your sweeper runs out as one more auto attack is there. So it's the little things in life.
Yeah, I mean with 3 Cloud Drakes you feel like you can really just make sure you sweep the entire jungle.
Rakan is definitely the fastest champion known to man. Got himself the Mobies, and MLG has been a big source of all of these engages so far. Grumpy's actually going to find himself a Nautilus as he's just kind of running goalie here.
Uni, though, is able to get around the back. There's no vision behind this Baron, but they has to pick his moment carefully. He connects with the Q. Will he get? He's going for it, but they do not get the steal. In the end, it's secured by Reinhardt, and with a dead jungler as well in a 5v4 situation, Order is in a lot of trouble. Gravitas could be looking to end this game right
MLG?
now. Snow Stun is able to connect, and MLG is going to flash engage onto the Syndra, but Syndra gets out just actually fine.
Merc trade's coming up huge here for JLKC.
Oh, the axe hit, though.
Yeah,
the axe did
Ragnarok's
hit, and now Ragnarok's used. He should be getting run down. That depth charge is not going to do much. Mog will be the next one to go. That flash comes too little, too late, and Gravitas should be running rampant and taking this game right now. The first Nexus tower does fall as poor Vans is on his own trying to defend. Why not? In between him and the Fountain, retreats back to the team. Actually, quite low health bars.
Yeah.
The
inhib spawns and denies the middle wave. The bot wave is still pushing in, and the Baron creeps are going to arrive at the Nexus eventually.
Oh, here we go, though. A good engage from Vance. Actually gets onto MLG, brings him down, but CY is taken down in his own Fountain by Retribution. And once again, the damage isn't quite there. The second Nexus tower falls, and unfortunately, Uni cannot get back into this fight. 2 towers down, only the Nexus remains, and really this is it. Gravitas will be taking themselves the 3rd win.
Yeah, somewhat playing with their food there, a little bit of extra kills, a little bit of padding of the stats, but Nexus finally does fall down. And yeah, as you mentioned, this is a very strong game from Gravitas once again. Early game,
I mean,
it was a wild ride. It was interesting, very back and forth, but once they had control, it really was kind of like that 20-minute Baron sneak. Get the Baron, like stabilize, second Baron, 50-50. Definitely a ballsy call. Uni was looking for the contest there, but they found it. They ended that one out.
I mean, it was good pathing from Uni. He was able to get behind, like, unseen.
I think just a good game from Uni, to be honest.
Yeah, Uni looked super strong. The bot lane as well from Order definitely played well. CY definitely made his name known, but at the end of the day, it just wasn't quite enough.
Yeah, it was like every time Order Academy like got something happening on the bottom side, like the Olaf would just answer, and every time like Gravitas would make a move, the answer wouldn't be there necessarily. So it's like these little small leads that really did add up. The Olaf proved too strong at a certain point. The engages were just always there. MLG on the Rakan, and then why not on the Sejuani, things like that. As you mentioned, Seaway and Uni had some standout performances, but unfortunately for Order, it was not enough. Gravitas pick up the victory. Don't go anywhere, guys. 3 minutes, and we'll be back for game number 4.